This week at the House of Mario, it's the last episode for the year, so come on in, join Josh and I for a good old time talking about the year that was 2025. Come on in. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 343 are open. This week on the show, we're just going to be going over our personal 2025, how we feel it went in our personal gaming journey, as well as other things. We're just having a nice relaxed episode to kick off the holiday festivities. I did my last day of work today, and Josh did his last day of work, I guess, last Friday. So, she's on. Josh or JT, if you like, how you going, mate?
Pretty good. Yeah, holidays. We're here. Get to relax. Get to play a few more games. Yeah, looking forward to reflecting on the year. We've had some pretty interesting stuff, haven't we, with the Switch 2 this year? Some good games. And maybe some not so good ones, but that's all right. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you need the bad ones just to really showcase the good ones.
We can realize how good the good ones are, correct.
Yeah, so like you have a DK Bonanza, but you need a drag and drive just to slide in there every now and again and be like, oh, look.
Just to keep it real, that they can't just make good games all the time, Nintendo. They've got to get some bad ones in every now and then.
Yeah, no. Because, you just won't appreciate the bangers. But, yeah.
Well, that's right. That's right. Correct.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty funny because, like, I kind of know how you've been, Josh. You're like, oh, how's your weekend, all that type of thing. But we actually recorded a episode of Nintendo Maniacs yesterday. So I kind of know how you've been for the most part. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you... Hey,
I'm still good.
You're still good. That's good. Nothing tragic has happened in the last day.
No, last 24 hours.
I guess we can look forward a little bit. How's the lead up to Christmas going? You're all organised. You're looking forward to sitting down, meeting some people, playing some games, doing all that type of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Always a really fun time of year, but always a lot to do and organise. So Christmas is a really good time. Lots to do though. So and plan. We've got some cooking, shopping, present buying. Done all that. Like we had a busy day today doing most of that. So I think we're pretty sorted. Today's the 22nd, and then like tomorrow, and then on Christmas Eve we're gonna cook and make a few things and have it all ready to go. Because we're doing Christmas Eve at my parents' side, and then Christmas Day at Michaela's side. So, be a couple of days. I look forward to it. You eat good food, you drink good food, wine and drinks, and you just sort of relax. So we'll have I think we're getting some board games brought. I might bring my Switch 2 for Jackbox potentially, because that's pretty easy for most people. Like an easy game, nothing too hard. Just use your phone, that kind of thing. So, looking forward to that. Just been a lot going on at work, and now it's just the time to just put the feet up a little. Even though I haven't really done that yet, we've been doing a lot.
Yeah, the Jackbox Party Pack. That's something I haven't done in a long time. I reckon that'd be fun to whip out. But yeah,
super reliable. People have a good time, even those who don't play games, and it's just like you just focus on the one game at a time. They have their tablet or their phone, and they're just sort of looking at what they need to do, and get some pretty funny results, especially after the family members have had a few too many drinks, and Uncle David or whoever it is, decides to be a bit more cheeky than usual in the answers, and you see your family in a different light, I've found sometimes. So it makes for some interesting scenarios.
I've never played it with the family. I've only played it with friends, and
okay.
It's always been
it's funny with the family.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea because you do the most crude, heinous stuff, and you're like playing with your mum or something. I haven't had that experience. It's only it's only just been with mates, and I never go that well at it. I feel like I should be all right at it because I quite like the crude jokes and all that, but I can never get those votes, Josh. Like, you think you got a banger, but there's always just, even if I feel like I have the best one, there's just someone else just does something just random and that catches the attention of everybody and gets the votes. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
I do okay at Jackbox. Cards Against Humanity, I feel like I suck at that because yeah, I get less votes. And I always say it's the shit cards, but I don't know. It can't always be the case, can it? So
No.
I don't know. Maybe people just don't think I'm funny, or you're funny.
Uh,
Have you thought about that, Drew?
yeah, it's them who are wrong. I am the funniest. I am the funniest at this game. I am the best. They just don't know it.
We're just doing the Simpsons Skinner the children are wrong meme before going on air. So yes, I agree, Drew. It's the kids.
Yeah, it's the goddamn kids. No, absolutely.
Oh, it's the goddamn kids.
Yeah. Is there going to be any other games being whipped out? Are you going to like get serious with the family? But all right, we're playing Smash Brothers Ultimate, and three on. It's no items, Final Destination, 3 stock. Let's go. Like any
yeah, that's
any
right.
serious gamer moments going to happen?
Let's do some Danduri battle from Pikmin 4 and teach them all about the lore of Pikmin and how this is a bit of a soft reset for the series. You don't have to play the others. It kind of retcons how it goes. But now there's green Pikmin that low. They only come out at night. I think it'll be super easy to explain. I think I'll do that.
That's a good idea. Just really just go deep into the lore of something. Just when it's meant to be like a quick pick up and play. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon people will love it. Surely.
It's like just put on put on Tears of the Kingdom and just go shrine hunting. All right, let's do some puzzles, everyone.
The worst thing I feel. I don't know. I think for me, I find it's worse like when a brand new board game comes out.
Oh,
I don't know. I just feel there's so many specific rules, and with a video game, at least it guides you. And if you do the wrong thing, it will kind of tell you. But in a board game, like half the time, I don't know, someone's really keen for it, and I'm just not vibing. I don't want to do it, and so like I've had a few drinks. I don't want to really learn this new thing. Sometimes the new games are really good, but other times it's like, yeah, I just don't feel it. So they're the worst ones I feel.
oh yeah. People who whip out the board games, I'm like, oh, we got to like read it and learn it, and you do like one playthrough, which is just learning. And I 100% agree with you because like at least a video game, you can test the parameters, like the rules, just while you're playing it. You can sort of work it out.
Yeah. You play Mario Party and it tells you the rules. It guides you. Like, oh, can I do this? And you literally can try it. And if you can't, it's because the game hasn't allowed it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Video games all the way. Not those board games.
I shouldn't be surprised as opposed to anyone listening to this podcast, but that's fine.
I mean, board games. What are you, caveman?
Bored. Homophobe for the other word of other board. For sure.
Yeah, I've never been that bored. Yeah. It's just I'm an only child, so I never really grew up playing that many board games apart from like at friends' places or whatever. So yeah, I'd rather just play a good old video game. But
of course.
Yeah. Is there any video games you're looking forward to catching up on the break? I haven't really decided mine yet. I've loaded up my Legion Go 2. I've always got my Switch 2 loaded up. I'm kind of keen to check out some DS stuff on my Thor. I'm kind of looking at Ace Attorney, Chrono Trigger, Link to the Past. I'm looking at some stuff like that. We'll see what sort of
many things, Drew. You got to
takes the wonder.
You got to narrow it a bit more.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we can maybe I can narrow it down tonight. But do you have anything you're sort of looking at getting into?
Yeah. So I've decided the last couple of days I want to do as much Metroid in one go in my normal save file right now. So that's why I haven't finished it. So I want to go around and finish like all the green crystals. I want to like collect all the items. I've realized I've stuffed up, and I the tutorial boss. I didn't scan it.
Oh,
can you believe that? Because I feel like I've done it. I did it at the experience a couple of times, and I feel like maybe I just forgot to do it. Like I'm just repeating it. So I did not scan that first tutorial boss. And I'm just kind of filthy with myself because you can't go back and rescan it. So I'm gonna have to go into my hard file when I finish it on normal. And I'm gonna play it on hard mode. I'm just gonna have to do my 100% playthrough on that. So, but I was a little annoyed. I wanted to do it the first time, but yeah. God damn it, Josh! Who are you? Like, you know what to do. This isn't your first Metroid, and I've forgotten to scan the first boss.
Silly Billy. Yeah. So
Shame. For
so
shame.
so a hard run of Metroid Prime 4. That's what the holiday season sees for you.
Yeah, it might not be. Yeah, I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'll do as much as I can on this mode now. Obviously, I still want to do as much before finishing it. And then I mentioned Star Wars Outlaws, so I want a big sort of open world game, and that'll be I think the other one I'll play. So don't want to say too much else because yeah, I think that's plenty.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. You're not like me, just
Yeah.
a glutton. I'm like, oh, just give me a bloody big video
Yeah.
game.
No, that's right. I gotta narrow it down and focus on that. And it's a long game anyway, Outlaws, so it's not like it's gonna. Yeah, I've got a lot on during my break as well, but yeah, I've got time for video games. So trying to play as much of that as I can.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I'm kind of in between things. I just started a new game. We talked about it a little bit last night, Josh, but playing a indie
Yeah.
game called Dokimon. It just
Mhm.
recently came to Switch. I'm playing it on Steam. It was $5 on Steam, so I picked it up there. And it's just like it's basically a Pokemon game, but instead of Pokemon, they're called Dokimon. And instead of a
Mhm.
Pokemon trainer, you're a Dokimon ranger, and you're going throughout this region and collecting and battling these Dokimon, which is pretty cool. And it's got like a really nice pixel art style, which I'm really enjoying. So yeah, we'll see if I stick with it. But yeah, played it for
It's
about
cool.
3 hours or so. It was like
Is it a real mix of Digimon and Pokemon? Is that really what they're trying to do here?
yeah, it sort of sounds a little bit like it, but I don't think they. I don't think it's got anything to do with Digimon necessarily. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
got like its sort of own vibe, but it's got a kind of an interesting story. It's got like a mystery where you're like looking for your friend. So yeah, it's kind of cool in that aspect. See if the story sort of keeps me locked in. So it's a little bit nostalgic in some ways because I remember one summer I was working like in hospitality at the time, and when I would get home either after a shift late at night or whatever, I really got into a game called Blossom Tales, which is basically like a Link to the Past
Yes.
like, and it was just so much fun. I loved it. I looked forward to every play session. So it's kind of nostalgic in some ways to have like a game that looks like that, like a indie pixel art game to come and play. So I think that's where I'll probably stay for the most part when it comes to doing it. But I'm playing it on the
Yeah.
Legion Go too, and it's so funny because I'm playing on this huge, this huge handheld with like a lot of power in it, and I've got it like set to 8 watts, like really low power, just playing this this game which I could play on a Game Boy Color, essentially.
Yeah. 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 That's cool. I don't know. You know, gives you a lot of nostalgic vibes, I'm sure. And you know, but like with the rose tinted lenses, I feel because it's like a newer game, but with an older style. So it's got some probably nicer contemporary gaming mechanics and things in it.
Yeah, yeah. And I was telling you last night too, like it's pretty interesting because you can use the engine to make your own games as well. I don't know if you have to buy it or license it. I don't know how it works, but um, just looking into it a little bit, yeah, you can like make your own games and sell them on Steam because unlike doing Pokemon ROM hacks, obviously you can't sell them for anything. Otherwise, you'll get Nintendo's
No,
hammer on top of your head and
yep,
it'll go splat. Um,
that is correct.
so I kind of like the idea of people being able to make their own monster capture games and not be stealing from Nintendo's IP to do it. So they can actually make some
Just
money.
different enough that they get away with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like a lot of the Metroidvanias. Like if you're an indie studio, you make a Metroidvania, you know, you can sell it on Steam. But if you're somebody who's, you know, using Metroid to do it, like the team that was doing the remake of Metroid 2 on Game Boy Advance, oh sorry, on Game Boy, when Nintendo was already making that game, yeah, you can't really do
Yes.
too much with it. You're not going to be able to sell it or do anything with
Yeah.
it.
Another Metroid 2 remake. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
M2R.
So yeah, I'm kind of in between, sort of deciding what I want to play. But that's what I've been playing at the moment. Just I'll play that before I get to the actual Pokemon game that came out this year, Legends EA. It's just where my heart is at the moment, Josh. I just want the pixels.
Hey,
Those nice
that's
sharp
fine.
pixels.
You're gonna have to follow the official publishing route of Nintendo all the time.
No,
You're allowed to deviate, aren't you?
I guess so. Are you going to let me? Is the audience going to let me?
Well, you can ask them.
Yeah.
See what they say.
Is it all right?
They're fine with it. They're cool. They're cool. If they like this show, they're cool.
Yeah, they're on the ride.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You getting your achievements as well then?
Yeah.
It's on Steam.
I guess.
So,
I guess it's getting Steam achievements.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at it too much, but I noticed like the Steam achievements, they're a little bit out of sync. Like I'll do something, and then like 5 or 8 seconds later, the achievement pops. I'm like, strange. Like every single time I get an achievement, it takes me out because I'm like, it's like beat this trainer or something, and then like I beat it, walk off, and then it'll pop. I'm like, oh, like it would sort of like surprise me every single time.
Yep.
So yeah. Yes, I am getting those beautiful
Funny.
achievements, those Steam achievements.
Slightly delayed, eh? God. Make gaming worth it.
Yeah. All right, let's do some housekeeping before we jump into, I guess, our years of 2025. Celebrate a little bit before looking forward. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can at 8:30 Australian Central Standard Time. But we're literally live recording now, but it does not seem to be working very well. So apologies to anybody who's trying to watch it live. My internet has been so slow. I got no idea why it's
bad at the moment.
Usually it's bad, but it's especially bad at the moment. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So your best bet is probably podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, all of that. Leave us a 5-star review. Certainly helps out. Appreciate it very much. Anyway, you listen to the show, it means the world to me. So thank you very much. Nintendo Maniacs, we recorded an episode last night, Josh. So tell everybody what that's all about.
Yeah, so that was the final episode of the year for Nintendo Maniacs as well. I had your lovely self on it, Drew. And we just talked all about Nintendo's 2025. So we had some highlights, some lowlights, some pretty funny things. I seem to have a funny recollection of moments throughout the year. So we talked about those and obviously the games that came out as well. So that'll be out soon. I did some editing today. It'll be out hopefully in the next couple of days. So yeah, keep an eye and an ear out for that.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. So we talked all about Nintendo's 2025, and I thought for tonight as we sit down, I don't necessarily want to talk about Nintendo's 2025. I'd love for you to listen to the Nintendo Maniacs, go over there, support Josh, listen to his show and that particular episode. But I thought it'd be interesting, Josh, to talk about our 2025, like yourself and myself personally. I guess the things that excited us throughout the year, whether it's Nintendo or, for example, you really get into your fitness and your health and how video games interacted with that. I'd love to just talk about that and, some of the obsessions I've had throughout the year as well. It's certainly been the year of the handheld for me, which is, it's been different to maybe the last couple of years. I haven't really played much on the TV this year, whereas like other years I'd be on my gaming trolley a fair bit, but it's been mainly just either at the desk here or bringing a handheld with me. So yeah,
Yeah, that's good. It's been a pretty good year. I feel I've had a lot of fun with my gaming this year. I pretty much play exclusively Nintendo. I think just with the podcast here, I don't deviate as much as I probably should. But I think earlier on in the year, there wasn't a lot, was there, in terms of the Switch is definitely slowing down as the Switch 2 was rearing its head and getting launched. So those first few months, I'm super interested to get my year in review and see what I was playing mostly back then, because I think it was Balatro at the start of the year, and I finally got onto the Balatro bandwagon. So I played, I reckon, I've 60 plus hours, but 50 of those hours within the first 3 months, I reckon, of 2025. So I was playing like a year-old game at that stage, but yeah, getting the real vibe of that. I should get back into that game because that I'm getting like holiday 2024 vibes from that now. All the reminiscing from last year, but super fun game. And incredibly addictive. And I met a few people this year who had played it who weren't big gamers, and they were kind of like that was their game that they discovered this year, and they were getting incredibly like into it, and we're talking like different strategies, what they've done before, and I learned a few things from them, and definitely evident that people play it in different ways. And so, Drew, I'll say it again. I haven't said it for a little while for you, but definitely play that one. That's one that you'll definitely enjoy because I don't think you ever got into it, did you?
No.
No. And don't get on mobile because it's incredibly addictive. And then I'm just glad it's on my Switch and I can leave the house and it's never there to tempt me. Whereas if it was on my mobile, I'd feel like it's always there and I'd be, wouldn't be functioning as a human doing other things I need to do.
Yeah, it might be good in some ways. Keep your social media, keep your doom scrolling, I guess. But yeah, definitely you'll be at work and you'll be looking over at your phone, just like, just fit in one match of Balatro, I reckon.
Oh man, yeah, I would have lost my job. Just put it out there. Balatro on mobile would have made me lose my job.
You just like sneak the Switch in, you just got that in there. You're like just tapping away. Yeah,
just tap it in. Yep, correct.
Oh, it feels like forever ago when you're pretty much just playing that. Like the start of the year just feels such a long time ago. Like
long time ago.
When we were talking about like the Switch 2 launch, I'm like, my God, that was only pretty much not even 6 months ago. That's crazy. Like it feels like it's just been the going thing for at least a year, but yeah, no, it's only been half a year.
Which is pretty crazy. So, can you remember what you were playing at the start of the year?
No, not really. I feel like my year, it started off. I kind of just went with, I guess, what I did the last couple of years. I'm like, oh look, this. I set the last couple of years. I set a challenge for myself. Like, oh, I want to beat 50 games. And last year I beat 54 or something like that. I'm like, that was a lot of fun. It kept me motivated. I'd like to do that again. And it quickly fell off, and I kind of like lost hope and gave up on it. And it's like it worked for me the previous years, but this year it had a negative aspect where I guess in some ways I'm like, well, I failed, so I may as well just throw in the towel.
No.
And so yeah, it's been it hasn't really been a successful year as far as like playing lots of games and getting new experiences and things like that. But the year it started off being like really obsessed with like physical hardware and physical games. I was like pretty hardcore going to like secondhand shops and all of this, trying to find PS2 and Wii games and Xbox games and all of this. And I put together like a pretty cool little collection. Got like a retro gaming trolley with a CRT-V and everything. And it's interesting to see how the year progresses where I become like really obsessed with like retro handhelds. So the complete opposite. Instead of like the original hardware, it becomes all about emulation and all of this. It's just like the complete opposite end of that particular spectrum.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'd say for me, like this year, what I've had the most fun with is just being like hardware, tinkering, collecting, and sort of the hobby outside of gaming itself. Obviously, I've played games this year. I might not have reached credits on a lot, but I've certainly enjoyed, like, obviously with the Switch 2, I absolutely loved getting an upgrade to the Switch, and it sort of triggered something inside of me where I'm like, okay, I want to get some other handhelds that I've been looking at for quite a while. And it started off with a handheld called the Retroid Pocket 5. And I was looking at it for like months, like, but I don't need it type of thing. I got a Steam Deck. I can play like these retro games and things on that. But I took the dive on it because it was like a little handheld that I could just put in my pocket. It's like a third the size of a Steam Deck or even a Switch 2. So I made the jump into it, and I absolutely fell in love with the little thing. Like, beautiful OLED screen, pocketable. Like, it's been, I can't remember the last time I've had like a device that like a 3DS or something, or a PlayStation Vita. It's the same size as a Vita, so it just slides in your pocket. So I'm like, fantastic. I've missed this.
Mm.
And the fact that it runs on Android, you can customize it so much and just make it into whatever you want, like custom wallpapers. I've got Wallpaper Engine to have animated wallpapers and front ends and all of this type of thing, put all the games on it. And it made me want to dive into it more. So I picked up a lot of handhelds over 2025, just whether it's little ones or big ones or extremely big ones, like the one at the end of the year that I got with the Legion Go 2. I've just really enjoyed putting these handhelds together. And I think I got everything from like the PlayStation Portal to like, the AYN Thor, which is like a dual screen 3DS-ish looking Android device. And I initially had like a list of like 10 devices where I'm like, all right, this one does this one does this. They all have like their specific needs or like uses, whether it's for emulating a specific system, like the Retroid Pocket Classic, which is like a Game Boy Color with an OLED screen essentially. So that does Game Boy Color, like that is a Game Boy Color dedicated device.
Yep.
But it's all sort of just turned into like basically 3 handhelds. Out of all of those, 3 handhelds basically do everything that I want it to do. So obviously Switch 2 does Switch. And initially I had an OLED screen in a Switch Lite, and I was going to do like smaller games on that. But with the Switch 2, I'm like, I like this far more than the Switch Lite. Like, I didn't find myself wanting to play on it. So yeah, the Switch obviously does Switch things, Nintendo things. I've got hundreds of games on on Switch, so that's what the Switch 2 does. And then like all of these devices I got for Game Boy and PlayStation, and like I got them all for specific things. But ultimately, I think I'll just use the AYN Thor, which is like a what's it called, I just want to say a flippy handheld. And it's just so nice to have like a device like this that folds in half, goes in your pocket. And that does pretty much all of my retro.
Modern DS or EDS. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that pretty much will do all of my modern gaming. Retro gaming. And it can stream like my PlayStation 5 and PC, so I can play those games on it too if I like. And then like the Legion Go, which is just, it's like I've got Windows and Steam OS on it, so all my Steam stuff on Windows that Steam OS can't do, like Xbox Game Pass, Epic Game Store, all of that. So yeah, like every game I could possibly want to play is just on 3 handhelds. So yeah, on this holiday break, I am very excited just to pack those 3 up and take them with me. I've got plenty to play. Maybe too much to play, but that's all right. I'll work it out. I'll choose something.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, that's what I think about when I think about 2025. Did I like play all the way through Donkey Kong and all of these like great games? They're on the backlog. I'll get to them. But I think in 2026, I also won't be all that worried about keeping up with new releases and things either. I think with Nintendo, I probably will, because for the most part, I'll want to, and it'll be a part of the show and all of this stuff. Josh, you know how it feels. You can sort of justify it a little bit when you do, because it's for the show, it's for the podcast. It's like, I don't know if that's 100% a reason to justify it, but it's also hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you enjoy Nintendo though, and that's why you built the show. So it's not like, I don't know. For me, most of the time it's yeah, I want to play the game. Really look forward to it. So, and Nintendo have a lot of good ones, and I've got a good system. If I don't want it, I've got people who like the games I don't like. So it works out pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. Yeah, the games you don't want to play, just a handball to Michaela. It works out pretty well.
And she's happy to play them, so it works well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love for you one day just to handball her a game where she's like, "What the hell is this?" She's like, "Please play it."
Oh,
Like,
I wouldn't do that.
you make her play it. She's having a
Oh
miserable
god,
time on the
that'd
couch.
be cool. I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what my 2025 has been. Just other aspects of the hobby, which include Switch 2, obviously. That's a massive driving force of what started this obsession in the second half of the year. But yeah, I think I'm satiated because I'm looking at other. Trust me, Josh. I'm always looking at like new handhelds and things that come out, and I just look at it. I'm like, I love what I have. I truly love to pick these things up and play them, which is, half the battle when it comes to gaming as an adult, where it's just like you want to pick up a controller or a handheld or a device or whatever it is that you just love to pick up. You love to see that bright screen or the controls feel great or whatever it is. I think like your gear, your setup is really important to get right. Sort of instill some wonderment, some fun, all of that when you're gaming. So yeah, that's been the big highlight for me.
Yeah, has like the Switch 2's obviously, you've loved it. That's really sort of rekindled some interest, isn't it, with the Switch? Because, it's a lot more powerful. You've talked about before, like the Switch 1 just not quite, give you what you need, especially the last couple of years maybe. So, yeah, like you just, especially maybe like with third-party stuff now, would you even consider like Switch releases if they were day one, and you had the choice across platform, that kind of thing? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think like how I decide to play on, I guess, Switch 2 now is like, for the most part, I think honestly, I probably will get my indie games on Steam because if it is like a simple pixel art game, it really doesn't take much power. I can play it on the Android devices or obviously on the PC device. I can sort of play it across all of them. And I think that OLED screens on these other ones too, definitely like helps as well. Because like, for example, I'm really excited for Coffee Talk Tokyo in March next year. Really excited for it. I love the Coffee Talk games. But like that pixel art style would just absolutely pop on an OLED. So I'll get it there probably. But
Okay.
there are other bigger games, like for example, like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I did get a review code for it, but if I were to buy it, I probably would get it on Switch just because it's a console. It's straightforward. It's a port made specifically for Switch 2, and like on PC, for example, if I do it through the Legion Go 2, I'd have to do the Ubisoft launcher and dial in the settings and all of this stuff. Whereas
Stuff. Yeah.
on Switch 2, like if they've done a good job, it runs beautiful. And the Switch 2, it's obviously designed to be played on the TV, where these PC handhelds, they are pretty much just like, this is a handheld. Then the idea is you go to a PC or something else to play on a monitor or something. So like blowing it up won't be as good, but the idea for the most part with Switch 2 is that you can blow it up to 4K or a higher resolution and play a lot more seamlessly. So with that idea, yeah, for the most part, yeah, I think I'll get probably bigger games on Switch 2. But there's also the point too where I think as well, like for example, like 007 next year, that's probably be like just like a PlayStation game. I'll play that on console because I want to have like that cinematic cutscenes and all of that just on the TV. That's probably more of a TV game than just pick up and play here in bits and bobs. So it kind of depends on what I'm playing, but yeah, like
Okay.
I guess for you, like you're not really interested in getting any games on PlayStation anymore, are you? Because like, would you get like 007 and stuff on Switch too, or like would you opt
I'm
for?
interested in the game. I'd definitely be considering getting on Switch too, for sure. Like, I think that's so cool that we're going to get a day one
Hmm.
release date of that cross platform. So yeah, I'm keen to play it. So, and if Switch 2 is available day one, I'm definitely without a really big sort of caveat of like, yeah, it's not working well on the console. Yeah, I'm totally fun to play it on Switch 2.
Yeah, because I know you're not the biggest handheld guy, so it's one of those things. If you're playing on the TV, is it that like in some ways, why wouldn't you get it on the PlayStation? But I guess you got that flexibility, and obviously,
Yeah, it's just there's definitely times, I can play upstairs with you, I just move the console up. So, if it was just um PlayStation, I'd be stuck downstairs. So, even though I'm playing it docked a lot of the time, I'm moving it to other docks. So that's definitely a consideration, and for why I like playing on my Switch 2.
you just need to you lug up that PS5, just like oh, getting up the stairs, plug her in, and it
Yeah,
beeps at you
that
because you
would not
didn't
be
turn it off
happening.
properly.
Would not Yeah, that would not be happening at all. So yep, that's why.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, because I'm even at the point this year where it's like, what's your favorite game? Like, I really don't know. like, like I've got I've got like games that I enjoyed this year, but like last year I sat down and I did a whole ranking and everything from like my least favorite to my favorite that I
Mm.
played and everything. But this year is just one of those years where um I didn't really I don't really know what my favorite is. I don't feel super emotional about any in particular, like even like Donkey Kong and stuff like that. Like I really enjoyed it, but yeah, I'm not really at a point yet. But yeah, I haven't finished it yet.
No.
Maybe that will come after. Like the credits will roll, and I'll have a tear streaming down my cheek. I'm like, oh my gosh, Pauline.
I mean, great game. Great game. You got to finish it, Drew. Get back into it. Get it back into it. It's very fun.
All right, all right. Just because you said then, that's why I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, Metroid is up there, isn't it? Donkey Kong Bonanza. But like, I think maybe my most surreal experience was playing Paranormal Sight, the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, because that was during the honeymoon when after Michaela and I got married, we went on our honeymoon to Japan. So playing that game, which funnily enough, we decided, Drew, to play like a graphic novel together. This was the one that we discovered, and it was made by Square, or published by Square, um, and made and published. And then I'd already booked my accommodation for our stay in Tokyo. And then looking through the details of the game, Paranormal Sight, I found out that it's all like this paranormal activity setting of a game set in the like district suburb of Tokyo that Michaela and I was staying in. So Sumida City. So it was very like weird and jarring and surreal. So I was really getting into that game, and then I literally like one morning, Michaela was sick from eating something that had dairy in it that she wasn't expecting. So I had a bit of a free morning. So I went away, 15-minute walk to where the actual like beginning scene of that game is set, and it's in a park. It's a tiny park, and I literally walked there and stood in the middle of this park, and then like these the there's some pretty messed up things that happen at the start of the game, and I'm just sitting in the middle of it, like, oh yeah, this is where it all happens. And I went in the morning. I didn't go at daylight. I am nighttime because I probably wouldn't have backed myself to do that at night. But yeah, and this game, you're on a spot and you turn around, and it's all like this panoramic art style, and you're sort of in the one spot. And I was just doing that with my phone. I was just looking around and vibe with it, and incredibly weird but cool moment. Just all this like just how the series of events that eventuated that Tokyo is such a large city, but I literally booked the accommodation a 15-minute walk away from where the game was set and started was pretty cool. And there was a whole bunch of locations, real life ones that they based it on, and had some good fun. So that was I love that game. That's probably definitely in the top 5 for me this year in games I played in 2025.
Yeah, that's cool. That's another one still on my list. My
You
my
bought it, didn't you? Just didn't start playing.
my Santa Claus naughty or nice list that just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling as as the
Drew, I
piece
just
of
want to
paper
play
goes.
games with you, and you say you will, and then you don't.
Yeah, no, I'm just a liar, Josh. Just a just a goddamn menace. Oh, yeah.
Your words, not mine.
Yep. I'm a menace. But yeah, I
No.
don't know. Anything else you want to talk about your 2025?
Yeah, like for me, like yeah, Switch 2 has been awesome, and really enjoyed the hardware, so the tech and all of that. And we've spoken about it lots of times. So like the Pro controller, just how slick the actual tablet is, and I play a lot more handheld now because I feel like it's nicer too, and so I'm not as yeah reserved to not do that. So that's really good. Um, for me though, like I just still get reminded that even if without the newer hardware, we still have some really great games in the last couple of years of Switch, and I was really enjoying them. So I think for me, like I had a really good game like year with games, but I don't know if it's like like an incredibly like higher increment of improvement from previous years. I know last year was a little slower, but I had those really cool moments playing like in MEO and doing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door properly for the first time. Um, like I really cool experiences just playing those sorts of games, and so for me it was just um, great improvement and definitely needed. But for me, it wasn't as much of a need, so to speak. So yeah, really enjoyed it, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel it's just as far as Nintendo goes, it's just been another just a continuation of just excellent software. We sort of had that sort of yeah, like you said, a bit of a break in some ways before Switch 2 came out. But then it's just
Yeah,
continued on from
the first
there.
5 months was slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just continued on from there, and I've kind of forgotten that this. Yeah, I've definitely forgotten actually that the Switch 2 is just still so young. But it just sort of feels like a continuation on in a good way, which is oh yeah, look, got this new piece of hardware, and then we get access to Donkey Kong and Kirby and Horror Warriors and Pokemon and Metroid Switch 2 edition. And yeah, it just feels like it's just going on. And if you're not on the Switch 2 train yet, I dare say it, it's not going to be like, oh, you've got to get on it right now. But certainly within the next couple of years, you're going to have a lot of games to pick up and play and really enjoy. But if you've beaten your Switch backlog, get on the Switch too.
Yeah, and like it is totally worth the upgrade for me. Like, in terms of like playing Legend ZA with the upgraded frame rate, and Metroid Prime 4 now is in beautiful 4K. So like you are going to get that. So and deliberately made seamless this whole transition. And yeah, they've done a good job, Nintendo, to you get your Switch 2 and you continue on the good times you've had with the system, the original Switch beforehand. So very deliberate.
Yeah, for sure. So, 2026, do you have anything that you're sort of looking forward to? Because I think for me, I said it to you last night as well, but just the whole idea of like, I'm just kind of here for the ride. Whatever quality Nintendo games come out, I'm here for. I feel satiated when it comes to a lot of the franchises that I was absolutely feeding for.
Yeah.
The last few generations, like, oh, I really want Smash Brothers in HD, and I really want all these characters back. Yeah, I got that. And then we got like an amazing Mario Kart game with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe over time, and with these new iterations, I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm very excited for it when I see it, and like, don't get me wrong, when I see a new Smash Brothers, I will jump out of my seat, but I can't imagine it will be the same as the reaction I had from Smash Ultimate. It was just something else. So I'm kind of here just to see just what new ideas, because I think that's the thing I would appreciate the most is like new exciting ideas that catch me off guard a little bit. I feel like that's the main thing I'm looking for from Nintendo. It's not necessarily just like I want another Mario game set in the Mushroom Kingdom, etc., etc. Like, yeah, I want something new and fresh. I feel like, and that's where like I'm a big Pokemon fan with Pokopia next year. I'm like, that is a wonderful just blending of IP and genre, where it is like a cozy game. You're bringing life back to this land. You got all these Pokemon. There's different requirements to unlock them, and when you unlock them, you get new moves that you can use with your Ditto character. I'm like, yeah. So there's like that's a brand new idea for Pokemon. So I'm very excited for that. And going forward, hopefully we get some other announcements too. Like the Yoshi game looks pretty cool. I'm kind of standoffish a little bit because the last 3 good field games, I've been like they haven't been for me. They've targeted like really young kids, but
Not quite what I'm after. No, that's
yeah,
right.
I am getting to the point now. I think when that game comes out, Lucas would be 4. He still hasn't like grasped how to use a controller or shown any interest to play games, but who knows? That might be the type of game. Who knows? It might potentially be a game that hits him at a time where all that stuff starts to click. And I think that's where I'll get more enjoyment out of those types of games. Like it looks beautiful, but yeah, I feel like there's not a lot there for me personally, and look, that's fine, that's okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they've got going on early next year at the first direct. Hopefully, we get some good stuff. But yeah, what about you, Josh?
I'm in a similar boat because we've had so many good experiences, franchises brought back to the Switch, and like in a way the ultimate versions of games in the series on Switch. So firstly, it's going to be hard to back up, and we've seen that in a way with Mario Kart. The backing up to that's ruffled some feathers and not quite what people hoped. So I do wonder how they're going to top certain games going forward. I reflected on like finally getting that Metroid Prime experience, a new one on the Switch. It kind of like feels like it really rounds out that console for me anyway. So yeah, I'm in a similar spot. So got some great games that I want to go back to and play, but there's going to be some good stuff to play next year. Like Pokopia really does interest me, and that's going to be huge game. We've got some Switch 2 versions of Animal Crossing. I don't know if I'll stick around with that too long, but that will revive that game again. But yeah, and for me, like it's a bit like here we go again. We've got another tennis game, and I still feel like we just had one, but no, that was literally 8 years ago. So it's been a while. So it's not like it's it will be nearly 8 years by the time it comes out next year, because I think it was a 2018 game. So yeah, you've got some other good experiences coming up outside of that, to Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven. Really keen to play those. So there'll be some good things, but 2018, the Switch's second year was a little bit softer than their first year, and Ultimate really had to do a lot of weight carrying that year. So I wonder what the big game next year is and how they back it up, because in a way, that second year was weak for Switch. Let's see if how the Switch 2 second year differs. So I know it was a bit more of a mid-year entry. So all these games up until June are technically within its first year, but we'll see what we got the first few months of 2026 pretty well painted. We'll see what's coming in the rest of the year. But always keen to see what's coming next.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been so hard to back up a year with Zelda and Mario, and they're not doing it this time. They're not backing up a year with a Zelda game and a Mario game. So who knows? Obviously we don't expect a Zelda game next year. That's an absolutely not. Like, no. I mean, as far as like the big one goes, who knows? There might be
maybe it's a remake. Maybe it's their 40th anniversary, so I expect something. But we'll see.
Yeah, I do hope they do good things for the 40th anniversary for Zelda, because The Mario one was fine at best. Obviously, it was frustrating with the prices of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and things like that, but I guess we at least got them. I don't know. There's that, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it was a
like a Switch 2 collection or people are always putting this around the rumor mill with the Ocarina of Time remake. And I always shake that off to like just being nothing because, I mean, they've done that. Like we've been there, we've done that, they've remade it. I know they could remake it far more pretty and gorgeous now on
HD
Switch 2.
remake,
Yeah, well, that's
4K
true.
remake.
That's true. They could be like, oh, this is the HD one. The last one was not. So fair enough. That would be amazing though. Like just a really stunning Ocarina of Time remake. That would be pretty cool. But at the same time, if I want to play Ocarina of Time, I'm kind of happy just to play the 3DS one, especially on like my emulator handhelds. I can just upscale them and it looks stunning anyway. So I'm kind of okay.
You know, if they did it on Switch 2 and properly remade it, I think that would be absolutely huge. And people would be absolutely crazy for that. So that'd be a great way to celebrate the 40th.
Yeah, it'd be good.
For sure.
Be a good thing to sort of have on the shelf, ready for the Zelda movie too, like a brand new product.
Yeah, that's
harkens
right. That's
back
a
to
great
like,
point.
yeah, because I guess
There's a good chance it'll be based on those films. Those games, the movie. So, yeah, that ties in well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because Link's in his green tunic in the movie, so yeah, it makes sense for it to sort of focus on the classic vibes. So bring back the classic game, and yeah, you could imagine that would do pretty well whenever it comes out.
Pretty well, correct.
Pretty well. Yeah. So yeah, I just want like a good game product. I don't really care about the books and all of this. Like whatever they want to do, like I'll probably want to buy some of it if they do a good job on it. But the main thing I want for video game franchise anniversaries is a good collection or a good game. That's what I want.
Yes. Yep. Hopefully we get something like that.
Because even with Skyward Sword on Wii, I think was it the 25th? 25th anniversary. It came with like
that was 25th.
It came with like the just the Zelda celebration, like symphony orchestra
soundtrack.
The soundtrack that came with it, and that was phenomenal. That was a really cool sort of bundle put together with Skyward Sword, and came with like the gold Wiimote if you got that bundle as well. That was like a really fun one to get. So I think
that was a great celebration.
A special edition Switch 2. I don't particularly want to buy another Switch 2, but that'd be cool.
A Gold Pro controller. Pro controller would be great.
Yeah, that's the problem. Nintendo, they do really poor jobs with their controller limited editions, unfortunately. But yeah, like a pure gold one. Like the problem is they won't do that. It'll be just some weak decal, just put on the front of it. But
it won't fully be gold. It'll be gold on the handles or something.
Yeah, but like you're right though. A pure gold one would be cool. I think I might.
Well, that'd be great.
That would tempt me, even though the controllers are so much.
Controller.
Yeah, it'd be one of those situations like, I do have some friends over every now and again. This justifies the $120 to have another controller sat there.
100%. That's right. Yeah, you'd be silly not to. It's limited edition, Drew. It's going to sell out if you don't get it.
That's right. Yeah, just let the FOMO eat you alive. And
correct.
What are those payback systems? Yeah, just do one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also Metroid's 40th next year, so I would love something.
Dude, Zelda's going to eat Metroid's lunch.
Probably smaller. Yeah, I know. It's always going to be the case, but something small. Give me something small. Just acknowledge it at least. 40. It's huge. Great achievement.
Yeah, Nintendo just looks at...
It's still going, you know.
Nintendo just looks at the checkbook. Like, what have you done for us? You just embarrassed us with the big delay for Metroid Prime 4. That's all you've done for us recently, Metroid. Look at Zelda, though. We've got movies. Look at all the cash. Look at all this cash we're swimming in because of it. Thank you, Link.
And
marketable boy.
We're still saying they won't have a gold controller after all that success, and you're kind of right.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah,
still not enough.
I would like a limited edition Metroid Pro Controller too. Just give us
Thank
that.
you. Yes, that's right. That's correct answer, Drew.
Yeah, I was putting that into the ether just for you, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, didn't think you really meant it, but that's fine.
Actually, I tell you what, I wanted a limited edition Metroid Switch 2 because I probably won't be tempted to buy it, but you will. And I want to see you wrestle with your
Ooh,
emotions,
me
whether
try
it's
to
whether
try
it's
to
worth it for
yeah
you.
yeah. Oh man, if they do it yeah, no, give me a pro control and that's it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Too late. Too late. Should have announced it straight away.
I've been thinking about this too, just like what do you personally want to get out of next year as far as your gaming goes? And I guess other things too you would like to share, but I think for me, I love New Year's resolutions. I like to sort of like look forward and plan what I want to get out of the following year. And I think last year maybe I was a little bit lazy, and I'm like, oh well, this worked for the previous year, so I'll do it for next year. But it didn't really work for me. So